On today's Moving the Chains, we have Twitter and Instagram feedback that you guys gave us. Loved reading through them, obviously. It's going to be really exciting to discuss what you guys gave us as your favorite childhood athletes growing up. We also have Way Back Sports Day. We're going to talk about our past. We're going to talk about what we did in high school. Because you know what? We didn't turn that page. We don't like turning pages because, one, we don't even open books to read them. So we actually physically can't turn the page.
Facts.
These are straight facts. We're also going to go over the Yankees getting absolutely dicked down by the Red Sox. We got Drew Brees breaking Peyton Manning's record. Not a big fan. Peyton Manning fan right here. We got LeBron James and the Lakers taking on Steph Curry and the Warriors tonight at 10:30.
Some preseason basketball?
Basketball? Basketball's back.
Almost.
And then to finish things off, we got Thursday Night Football preview. Giants and Eagles. Here we go. It's Moving the Chains, brought to you by Hanover College. Welcome back to Moving the Chains. Today is Wednesday, October the 10th, 2018. You know what today is?
I think I do. I think it's Way Back Wednesday.
It's Way Back Wednesday.
Way Back Wednesday.
What are we talking about today?
We're talking about the good old days.
The good old days. But before we get to the good old days, we're going to give some shout-outs to some people. We on Twitter... We on the gram. Twitter hashtag is MTC. Follow us on Twitter. Capital M _ capital T _ capital C _ 18. And on Instagram, Moving the Chains with 2 S's.
Because one wasn't good enough.
And we asked you guys, what was your favorite childhood athlete growing up? Who did you watch? Who inspired you the most? And we got some interesting answers.
We got some unique answers.
We got some.
We got ones that I wouldn't have thought about.
No, definitely not. Some of these aren't even real athletes. Some of these are portrayed athletes.
Some movie athletes.
Movie athletes that inspired us. But this one comes from Noah Vance. He said his favorite athlete growing up was LaDainian Tomlinson.
That's a good one.
I mean, how could you not like LT?
I liked LT. I always wanted to play running back.
I am a running back, and I can say I grew up watching LT.
You can?
I can say that because...
You did?
I did do that when he was on the Chargers, when he just cut back and cut everything over, and he just ran to the end zone like it was his job, because it literally was his job, was to run to the end zone.
It's a pretty cool job.
It's a great job. And then he had an honorable mention, Ray Lewis.
Did he kill a guy?
Did he?
Nope.
Apparently not, because he was still in the NFL. Now he's just talking about the NFL. He could be a murderer. He could be.
Maybe.
Allegedly. This one comes from, who is this? Terrion. My boy Terrion said Drew Brees grew up watching Drew. We're still watching Drew Brees. Drew Brees has done amazing things lately.
He has.
You know what he did lately?
I think we're going to talk about it here in a minute.
We will. You know what? We're just going to talk about it right now because we're already on Drew Brees.
No, we are right now.
He broke the all-time passing record.
Is he the most underrated player of all time?
I think he is. He's the shortest quarterback to break this record of all time. He's like, what, 6 foot?
No, he's not that. He's like 5'10", 5'11".
5'11".
I'm pretty sure. Yeah, fact check us. I'm like 99% sure he's underneath 6 foot.
That is amazing because he broke Peyton Manning's record by 1 yard. But he still broke it.
And he's going to obviously extend that.
And it's like when he broke that record, the entire game just stopped.
Yeah, well, it's history.
It's history, but then like this dude walks out on the field with the ball in his hand and like hands him a participation like piece of paper that just says Drew Brees NFL record holder.
And he's just smiling real big and takes it.
Yeah, it's like the NFL forgot that Drew Brees was actually breaking a record, and they had to like find like just something to give him. So they're like, "Hey, pull up a PowerPoint document real quick and type these 5 words in."
Yeah.
And they're like, "Is there a printer around here?" Like, And then Sean Payton went up there and like printed off this thing to give to Drew Brees just to signify like you actually did this one thing.
But he's done more than one.
He's done more than one.
He has the most completions by a quarterback ever.
He almost broke 500 passing touchdowns as well. He was at 499.
He'll break that.
Oh, he'll break that next game. It's Drew Brees.
I'm confident that Drew Brees will have every record when he retires. Every major passing record, when he retires, he'll have it.
I think it's going to be a shootout between Drew Brees and Tom Brady. Like, Tom Brady will break this record in, like, 3 games when he throws for, like, 500 yards apiece. And then Drew Brees will come back and break that. And it's just going to be, like, a shootout until the other one's like, all right, I'm getting way too old to play this game. You can have it.
And I'm excited for that shootout.
It'll be a great shootout. And then, moving on, another submission. Our very own friend Chris Bell.
Chris Bell.
Big Papi. David Ortiz.
I like it.
I mean, he's a Sox fan, so
makes sense.
Props to the Sox.
Props to the Sox. We'll talk about that later.
And I remember watching David Ortiz in that 2013 World Series game.
Slapping dick shots.
Where he absolutely whipped out his dick and fucking launched a ball over right center field. He launched that ball, and it just triggered this immediate energy into the stadium that even police officers just forgot what they were doing. They didn't even realize that, like, hey, we're supposed to prevent people from, like, walking onto the field. They were just going absolutely berserk. They were freaking out. It's a very famous video of this police officer jumping into the air celebrating. I mean, just the things that David Ortiz did while he was in Boston.
David Ortiz's last season was, like, one of my favorite last seasons from a professional athlete ever.
Really?
Like, you know how kind of, Kobe's is my favorite. Because, you know, kind of grew up watching Kobe. I mean, as everybody else
Black
did.
Mamba.
Exactly. But, I mean, I don't know. It was just a lot of fun to watch. One of those things.
And speaking of baseball, we have a professional baseball player that follows us.
We do.
Good friend of yours.
He is.
Want to talk about him for a quick sec?
Yeah, we can. I just going to throw out a suggestion right here. It's a dark horse.
No one could see this coming.
Gilbert Arenas.
What?
Timmy Herron with the Gilbert Arenas pick.
Shout out, Timmy. We're sorry about the Braves. It was a good run. No, he's not on the Braves. He's on the Cleveland Indians.
Yeah.
He's on the Indians.
Don't disrespect him.
I got the 2 tribes mixed up.
It's all right. You'll learn one day.
But just quick shout out. He's verified on the twits, and he follows us.
Facts.
Straight facts. And this one comes from our brother, Ryan Martin. This is the movie shout-out that we had. Bobby Boucher.
Mama said. Mama said.
Love the movie.
Yes, Mr. Coach Boy, you.
Oh, no, we suck again.
Oh, no, we suck again.
But
I wore number 9 for like 2 years because of that.
Really?
Yeah.
So you could say that you grew up a Bobby Boucher fan.
Oh, yeah, big time.
Good player.
Not bad. Not bad at all.
Would you say he's better than some NFL linebackers?
Listen here, he's a top 10 linebacker of all time.
Straight facts.
Straight facts. Look up his stats. It's insane.
I mean, he gets that red, fiery glare in his eyes, and
I love mama.
He loves his mama, and he just lays people out. It's like he doesn't even realize what he's doing. He has a goal, and he just runs straight through it, and he goes, oh, I knocked over a player in the process. It's great guy to watch growing up.
Great guy.
All right, and you got a couple?
Yeah, I got a couple through my friend's group message. We talked about it. First one, Buddy Bryce. He shouted out Kobe, Derek Jeter, and Marvin Harrison.
I'll get talking about Marvin Harrison.
Those are his 3 big ones. And then my buddy Logan, he shouted out Benny the Jet Rodriguez from do I have to say the movie?
I don't think you have to.
No, everybody should know that movie.
And if you don't, you're killing me. Smalls.
And also Ron Artest. Speaking of killing people. Okay, I'm just kidding.
Touchy subjects.
And Peyton Manning, but that's almost every kid growing up in Indiana. And then those are the ones.
I want to go back to Marvin Harrison because growing up watching the NFL, being a diehard Colts fan, still am today, I was a huge Marvin Harrison fan.
I think everybody was. I'm I honestly hated the Colts because how many people like the
Oh,
Colts.
he was my hero. I remember I was on a plane back from Florida, and I get on this plane, and I see this tall black man. I can say tall black man. It's 2018.
No.
They don't like to be discriminated. I see this man standing there. I was like, you know what? He looks very familiar. That was fucking Marvin Harrison.
That's pretty cool.
And, I was like, I'm going to get this man's autograph. I'm going to have this framed forever. So I go up to him. I'm probably about 8 years old. And I'm like, Mr. Harrison? He goes, yeah. I was like, can I get your autograph? And he goes, let me put my bags away first, then I'll come back to you. But you know what never happened?
That autograph.
That autograph. And to this day, I have been so disappointed to have met Marvin Harrison. I guess it's really true what they say, never meet your heroes, because you'll be utterly disappointed at the end. I could say I can attest to that. I can 100% attest to that. He's a great player, don't get me wrong. I love growing up watching him as a player, but as a person, I don't think he's very well liked anymore. It might be having to do with when he shot up a bar. It might have something to do with that.
Or it might be because, he didn't give,
Or maybe he didn't give me an autograph. Maybe he shot up 2 bars?
We don't know.
We do. He did shoot up 2 bars.
But do we know?
One for sure. Other one's a rumor.
Allegedly.
Allegedly. Who was your favorite athlete growing up?
Marshall Faulk.
Ooh.
Yeah, that's what made me a Rams fan.
Oh my, that's a good one. I didn't even think of him.
I will go to the grave saying this. He's the most versatile back of all time.
Even in today's league, you think he is?
He is one of 2 running backs.
Would you compare him to Alvin Kamara?
In a sense, yeah. He is one of 2 running backs to rush for 1,000 yards and receive for 1,000 yards in a season.
That's mind-blowing.
The other one was Roger Craig. Roger Craig was the first one to do it for the 49ers. But he had Joe Montana, so he had like a great quarterback. Marshall Faulk was doing this with Kurt Warner, which Kurt Warner's, do you call Kurt Warner great? He
went to a Super Bowl with the Cardinals,
he's
but
a Super Bowl MVP. But I don't know if he's a league MVP or not. I'm about to look this up.
Yeah, fact check us before we say anything.
I'm gonna fact check this real quick, but I want to say he's an MVP
Because we always
in that 1999 season.
We always want to be credible. We want to be a credible source to everybody who listens to us. Shout out to everybody who listens. We love you guys.
Checking. NEA NFL Most Valuable Player 2008. No,
I don't think he ever won Player of the Year.
nope. I'm curious then on who won this MVP for the 1999 season. Was it Marshall Faulk? Maybe.
It could have been. You know what? It could have been.
Because I know somebody from that. The greatest show on turf really what got me to be a Rams fan.
Mm-hmm.
And Marshall Faulk was obviously the head of it. He was kind of the main guy. It's kind of like the Rams offense now. Todd Gurley's the main guy, and they're, greatest show on turf part 2. Is that safe to say?
Could be.
And
we
Marshall,
could say that.
Marshall Faulk was in it 2000. He was the most valuable player.
Mm-hmm.
So
for very good reasons too.
Very good reasons. Yeah. So that's my favorite, Marshall Faulk.
And now it's time for.
It was Kurt Warner. It was Kurt Warner in '99, and it was Marshall Faulk in 2000, and Kurt Warner in 2001. So he's won back-to-back MVPs.
Ooh.
Yeah. Well, Associated Press MVP.
The AP is pretty good.
Yeah.
All right, you know what? It's time. It's time for something that we've been looking forward to for about a week now. Ever since you brought it up, it was a great idea. It's a fantastic idea, and ever since you said this, I have been just thinking of stories upon stories of what we could talk about. It's Way Back Wednesdays. We didn't turn the page in high school. We don't. We
peaked.
I was just about to say we peaked in high school. Straight.
Can we throw up like 2 images of like you and me in high school?
Oh, we'll do that. It's gonna be popped up right here, and right here, and it's just be of us. Let's go junior year.
Junior year high school.
I feel like your junior year is probably the most awkward stage of high school that you ever went through.
It may be sophomore year.
Good transition from sophomore to junior year.
We'll throw up embarrassing pictures.
Okay, I like that. All right, you want to start off with just talk about your high school days. What sports did you play in high school that you loved? Just you have stories that you want to talk about.
I just did football in high school. Yeah, I tried doing track, but then I was like, who the hell runs for fun?
Nobody.
Not me.
People who
Definitely
run for
not
fun are low-key,
Or a different
low-key
breed.
serial killers.
Different breed.
I don't understand it.
But no, I played football 4 years. It's a great time.
What position?
I played running back. Not running back. I played receiver. I played quarterback. We're just talking about running backs. And I played corner, and I played safety.
And what stands out to you as the highlight of your football career when you're in high school? Where'd you go to high school first?
Oh, I went to high school at Terre Haute South. I was a Brave. Go Braves. Go Braves, one state. No kidding. No, I would say the highlight would just be cutting up in the locker room. Met a lot of good people
Oh yeah.
throughout. A lot of good memories. A lot of funny people that have went in and out of that locker room at South.
Is there a game that just stands out to you?
For all 4 years, or just in general?
In general.
That's tough. So my favorite times of football, I had to play JV quarterback my junior year,
I think everybody played JV quarterback at some point in time.
and it is the most fun.
Oh yeah.
Oh
Because
So-
if you fuck up, what's gonna happen? They bench you?
no,
No. Now, if you're playing varsity quarterback and you fuck up, yeah, they will bench you. But
Right.
JV quarterback, it's pretty much you can do whatever the fuck you want.
so I did
out
both. I at a point in time I had to play a couple varsity downs for a couple varsity drives my
there.
senior year,
Okay.
and
I see you.
But it was JV quarterback was so much more fun. There was a game where it was the first game we played, an out of conference game, and the team was a lot smaller. And I was like, I really don't want to play in this game. I really should be playing JV anyways.
Mhm.
And I remember talking to my coach before the game. Do you remember the episode of Blue Mountain State where the right on Randall's like, I guarantee I'm gonna throw for 7 touchdowns at half and
Yes.
beat Box God Bless America at halftime? And I told the coach that, and he started laughing. And I only scored 5 at half, and I did not get to beat Box God Bless America at halftime.
Are you fucking serious?
I was pissed.
I would be. I'm pissed for you right now.
And I didn't expect, obviously didn't expect it because the team was so bad. It was so fun.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same, we were good, but we were bad. The offensive line was terrible. I get sacked 10 times a game.
It's offensive lines. This is we're talking about JV game, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Offensive lines in JV don't exist. They
No.
are just people who just stand. It's like hitting those bags during practice when you just fit up. It's just like that, except these ones move, but they move out of your way, so it's easier for D linemen just to get by them.
I was called Tanner Football. I was back when Johnny Manziel was.
Ooh!
It's funny because even to this day, my buddy coaches at the high school, and he says every now and then they always bring up that JV team and how I was a JV.
Tanner football.
I was a JV 2-time All-American.
Tanny football.
Is what everybody says.
The
No, but-
JV football All-American. That's fantastic.
No, JV football is definitely the most fun I've ever had with football.
JV football was my entire junior career.
Typically I'd play a quarter and a half or 2 quarters of varsity receiver
Mm-hmm.
my junior year, and then, you're only supposed to play 1 if you're playing all 4 of the JV games, but nobody ever said anything. So
I really don't think anybody would care either.
No, as long as you're not making serious contributions to,
Yeah, unless
Varsity,
you're
right.
unless you're
Which I
going
wasn't.
D1,
yeah,
then it's not really a big deal.
yeah.
I feel like even if the coach did pick you out, I'd almost feel honored. Be like, this guy recognized me. I did play
Yeah.
a whole other game the day before.
Yeah, no, I'd always play a quarter or so, and that.
Because you were a unit. You were an absolute unit out there. Could you say that?
Nah,
I
maybe.
think you are. You know what? In here, you're always a unit
in my
to
heart.
me.
In my heart. What's your favorite?
Oh man, dude. Football, obviously, because I still
Right,
play it
right.
today.
Well, where'd you go to high school?
Covenant Christian High School, repping the Warrior, 2 hallways, bitch.
2 hallways, bitch.
It's a Christian school, so I can't say bitch. I actually have some people from Covenant Christian High School that still listen to me today.
Really?
Shout out Noah Vance.
Oh, we just shouted him out too.
Yeah, this is the twice
big LT guy.
big.
Ray Lewis, honorable mention.
Ray Lewis is an honorable mention. Honorable. Could be dishonorable depending if he did murder that guy or not.
Depending on how you look at it.
But, so I went to Covenant Christian High School. I didn't play football my freshman or sophomore year.
Okay.
Because we didn't even have a football team.
Oh.
The football program didn't even exist. It was it just didn't exist, and I knew that going in there because I played football from 5th grade all the way to 8th grade. And I was like, you know what? I don't mind being done. I could be done.
Yeah.
And it didn't bother me that much because I was still in martial arts. I'm about to whip my dick out right here. I still had my 4 black belts.
Okay.
If you didn't hear that, that was my dick hitting the table.
Okay.
And I was like, you know what? I could do something with this. But then I got to Covenant, and they're like, oh, well, we could be getting a football team your junior year. And I was like, fuck yeah, we are. And I was like, we're going to make this a real thing. I was so excited. I guess I could say I started the football program. I'm confident enough to say that.
Let's go ahead and say that.
I started the Hanover. No. I started the Covenant Christian High School football program.
You heard it here first?
I hooked us up with jerseys.
Yep.
Shout out Steve Namasnack, my dad.
Thank you, Steve.
I got us helmets. Shout out Steve Namasnack, my dad.
Shout out, Steve.
I think that's the only 2 things I did, though. Those are the only 2 things I did.
Those are like 2 of the biggest parts.
But those are things like you actually need.
Those are like 2 of the things you like absolutely
Oh,
need.
yeah. Uniforms and helmets.
Yeah.
Other than that, that's what I did. That's a big contribution on my part.
Huge. That's huge.
And so we got the team our junior year, and it was fucking horrible.
Oh, I bet you guys sucked ass.
We got people who never played the game before. We got people who never even touched a football.
No.
We also have people who never even watched the game.
Oh, that's frustrating.
I basically had to teach some of my teammates where to line up, what positions they are playing, and how to play that certain position.
That kind of sucks.
So you can see how frustrating it could have been.
Oh, yeah. You did that for 2 years.
I did that for 2 years. I played running back in high school. I weighed 125 pounds my junior year.
Tough.
It was tough because, you have an O-line. Well, I wouldn't even consider them an O-line. Sorry, guys.
You had 5 people there.
I had 5 people standing there. I think I weighed more than some of my O-linemen at 125 pounds. But you know what? They had heart. They had charisma. They had the fighting power just to go out there every Friday night knowing that they're going to get their ass kicked and just take it.
What's the most you guys lost by?
Here's the thing. We forfeited a game one time.
Why's that?
Because we didn't have enough players.
Oh.
Everybody got hurt left and right. I've never seen a team get more concussions in my entire life. It's like the entire team was made of Austin Collies, and every hit they took, boom.
Who did you guys
Concussion
forfeit
protocol.
to? Do you remember?
Cecina Memorial High School. JV team. A JV program made a JV program forfeit. And I was furious.
Oh, I would have been too.
I was fine. I was having a really good game that day. In fact, that's the game that I threw the first passing touchdown in our high school's history. I wasn't even the fucking quarterback.
Did a little halfback pass action?
Halfback pass. Luke Dreyer got wide open, threw up a little dime to him, and he caught it and just strolled into the end zone.
That's pretty cool.
I was like, Big Dick Nick out here.
Big Dick Nick. That's
And
funny.
I felt fantastic. And we actually didn't do that bad that season either. I think we had 3 wins, 3 or 4 wins.
It's not terrible.
Not terrible for a starting program. Granted, they're against 1A schools,
True.
real tiny,
Yeah.
but a win's a win, no matter how big or small. I think Disney said that best.
I think they did.
Yeah, shout out Disney. And it just carried over till my senior year, where I had a really good senior year. Not gonna lie, we went 5-5. We had one rival, and it's like the rivalry between the Colts and the Patriots, where it's not even really a rivalry.
But everyone just says it's a rivalry.
It was a rivalry before we even played them for the first time.
Was it through other sports or?
No, it was just another Christian school.
Oh, yep. Rivalry.
And like a Christian school being a rival with another Christian school, I just find that very ironic because we're all unified through Christ.
That's right.
We shouldn't have to discriminate based on skills.
But it happened.
But it did. And like my junior year when we were rivals in air quotes, I'm air quoting, they had this like big ass pep rally with their kindergarten all the way through senior year of high school
Oh, that's a big ass thing.
in one building chanting, "Beat the Warriors." And that just didn't happen. I scored 3 touchdowns, had like 200 rushing yards.
Oh, hell yeah.
Hell yeah. And it was pouring rain, it was cold, and we just absolutely delivered hell upon them.
Whoa.
Yeah, I said the H word.
Come for someone from a Christian school.
Fuck yeah, right? And we just didn't let up, and it carried over to the next year because we absolutely just laid the dick on them again. Still thinking that they were going to beat us.
That's great.
I was a bitch in high school, a real big bitch, and I was real cocky, and every year that we won, I'd put it on Instagram and be like, "Better luck next year, Traders Point."
Oh, fuck yeah.
And I had Traders Point students lighting up the comment section. It was actually hilarious because there's this one dude on the team that I just absolutely stiff-armed to the ground, and he comments on my picture just talking shit, and then I start talking shit back to him and adding my friends to talk shit to him, and I must have done so well at talking shit that other people from Traders Point were talking shit to the guy talking shit to me.
I want to see that after this.
You can't because he deleted all of his comments.
I hate those people.
It's
Dang it. I want to see the high school drama.
It was fantastic. My cock, I think, at least grew 3 inches after this,
Probably.
and it was just electric. It even happened the next year after because I said better luck next year and added Traders Point and the church.
You added the church?
I added the church as well.
What'd the church do to you?
I don't know because I was a bitch in high school and just felt like adding everybody was just the right thing to do at that time. And so I had people saying, "Oh my God, how could you say that after a win? That's not cool." I was like, you know what?
You're not cool.
Fuck you. You're not cool. I was just big bitch in high school.
Oh, yeah.
I
mean, there's always people like our rival North. They always had people like that, but we also have people like that too. I mean, it's high school.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's high school.
So how big were your guys' games? Like, was the stands packed?
Yes and no. There were some times where we played on a Saturday morning, and there was like 5 people in the stands.
But
Two
there's other
of
times.
them were my parents.
But there's other times.
But there's other times, such as when we faced Traders Point, to where the stands were packed.
like 500 people. Like
Okay.
1,000.
You're shooting the over.
Hey, you got to hammer.
300.
You got to hammer that over.
You got to hammer the over. About 300. It's a good turnout.
I mean, I guess you're 1A, so.
It was a good turnout, and it was a great. It's nothing compared to how football feels now playing in Hanover, where we actually have thousands.
You see, football got smaller when I came here.
Really?
My rivalry. There was, I mean, the town has like 60,000, and I would bet there's probably around 15,000 at there. My senior year rival game.
15,000?
Both sides of the bleachers were packed, and then we had bleachers on the track that were packed too.
Are you serious? 15,000 people.
It was like 10 or 15, yeah.
I don't even think Covenant could even withstand 15,000 people. That would be like each family brings 300 people per player.
Yeah, well, like it's a 5A school. Well, there's like 1,000 kids. Like there's almost 2,000 per school.
That's ridiculous.
It's pretty cool.
Did you play any other sports in high school? Track?
Nope. You tried track, and then first I was just gonna high jump, and then they tried like, oh, you gotta run 4x1, and then they kept adding shit until they added hurdles, and I was like, it's a no for me, dog.
I was a baseball dude. I swung the stick around a couple times.
I tried being the bullpen catcher, but I was like, I'm not gonna come all these workouts just be a bullpen catcher.
I was a catcher.
You were?
My small ass, 130 pounds going into my senior year, was a catcher.
Hell yeah.
And senior year was the most interesting year in my baseball career because I started off that season with a hitting streak of two back-to-back games with a hit.
Okay.
And then I got suspended.
Whoa, for what?
Plagiarism of papers. I got kicked out of an English class. And for that, they took me out of the baseball team until I can get my grade up in the online course that I was taking.
Hell yeah. That's kind of cool.
Honestly probably I should if I would have known I would have been taken out for this. I would have plagiarized a lot earlier.
You hate baseball?
No. So the way I had my senior year schedule set up was 4, 5, and 6 period, where it was study hall, English, and then another study hall. And so
you just had 3 straight study halls, basically.
exactly. And after I finished my online English course in 6 weeks, which was supposed to take me like 2 months, I had 3 hours of free time.
That's nice.
So that was a big fuck you to Covenant Christian High School. Yeah, fuck you, Covenant Christian High School.
Oh.
The camera's off, so they didn't see me look at that,
No.
but I said it.
You did
I'm
say
saying it right now.
How did your parents feel about that?
Oh, they were livid.
Oh, I bet they were.
I mean, they weren't so mad at me. Granted, they were, but they were just more mad at the school and how they handled the situation because my dad went into our principal's office like just spitting straight facts at him about why I shouldn't straight facts, homie, of why I shouldn't be suspended from the baseball team. And you can just see the principal just sitting there like, yes, I understand where you're coming from. Yes. And he knows he's wrong, and he can't do anything about it. It was hilarious.
That is funny.
And then I got back into baseball and sucked dick at playing catcher because I've been out so long. So they put me in the outfield, and bruh,
Good.
pretty damn good.
Pretty good.
Threw out like 6 people
That's dope.
from right field.
Hell yeah.
I heard they put the strongest arms there,
That's what I hear.
but then again, I also heard they put the worst players there. So you know what? I like to look on the bright side of the
The
spectrum.
shitty guy with the strong arm.
Shitty guy with the strong arm. Couldn't hit worth shit anymore because they took me out.
Yeah.
Get out of my groove. But in the end, I was happy. I finished my senior year on a great note.
That's all that matters.
Except fuck Covenant Christian High School.
Yeah.
All right. You got anything else to say about our glory days?
No, I'm good.
Quick transition here from baseball to baseball.
Whoa.
Yankees and the Red Sox.
I almost don't want to give this attention.
Like, oh my God. The Yankees? What the hell went on? You have an all-pro team. Literally, it's like a my-created team on MLB The Show or 2K Baseball where you can select everybody to be 99 overall, and then you just blow it. I mean, I think they actually sucked the Red Sox dicks after the game of Game 2 on Monday when they lost 16-0. No, 16-1.
Yeah, they played the Red Sox played pissed off. You saw the video of Aaron Judge walking by their bullpen playing New York, right?
Oh my God.
New York.
He was pissed off. I bet all of New York is actually pissed off right now. New York is probably drunk right now just because they had to drink their sorrows away. But you know how
You know
expensive
how disrespectful like the Yankees fans are? Do you see them like they're always fucking throwing shit on people like just like they don't know how to my dad always says it's the best because I have a friend that's like this. Like it's not a sore loser, they're a sore winner. Like they don't know how to win properly.
Exactly.
Yeah, and the Yankees are both. They're sore losers and winners. Like it doesn't matter. I mean, I'm a diehard Yankees fan. We have 27 world championships.
They got the Boston Red Sox.
The Red Sox.
I mean, they went in there. They were pissed off. They have that one pitcher, Kimbrel. He looks like he's doing the fucking crane from the Karate Kid every time he winds up. He's like bent over, and his arm is just like hanging there.
He's doing the robot.
Like he's about to kick like a little midget in the face, someone who's like a lot lower to the ground than normally.
Right.
And he was throwing some fucking heaters.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I'm looking at the stat line here, and he only gave up 5 runs in yesterday's game.
5 runs.
I mean, 5 hits.
I was about to say.
5 hits, 3 runs.
Yeah.
But he played good. Boston is playing good in general.
Oh yeah.
And they're going in. They're facing the Astros. They're facing the Astros.
Yep.
That's going to be an interesting series because the Astros coming off a World Series win last year.
Go Boston.
I'm rooting for the Astros.
There's a guy that went to my high school that he plays for the AAA affiliate for the Astros.
You want to know why I'm rooting for the Astros?
Why?
Justin Verlander's hot-ass wife, Kate Upton.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
That's the only reason I'm rooting for the Astros.
I mean, I got a good amount of buddies that are Boston fans, so
You got Boston.
I got Boston.
Oh,
Yeah.
you know what? That's great. We already touched on the Drew Brees, Peyton Manning breaking
We
the
did.
record.
The goat breaking records.
But tonight we have something that's been really anticipated this NBA offseason with LA Bron, going to LA. I don't even think LeBron's even there to play basketball. I feel like he's just there to make movies, to produce.
He's there to retire.
I actually think LeBron should go to jail.
Why?
Do you not hear?
No.
His 11-year-old and his 14-year-old
Oh, drinking wine.
drink wine with him. Just imagine you're 11 years old and your dad's like, fuck it, son. Here, take this.
I mean, there's worse parents out there.
There is, but this guy is recognized as one of the most powerful people in sports, and he's just setting the influence that underage kids can drink. I mean, what in tar nation is he thinking?
I don't agree with it, but I mean, at the same time, he's,
Oh, I'm not going to stop him.
Yeah, I'm not going to stop him. You're going to tell that 6'8", 250-pound man to stop?
Nope.
All right, LeBron, keep giving wine to your kids. We don't care.
Exactly.
They're not our kids. We're going to tell you how to raise them.
Exactly. But it's going to be an interesting matchup tonight.
Lonzo comes back. It's the first time he's going to play with LeBron this preseason.
Draymond's not going to be there, but he could be back Friday. Steph Curry, we already know his story.
I mean, it's preseason. You saw Steve Kerr get ejected.
Oh, he said, I don't even want to be here.
I don't even want to be here.
I don't even want to be here. He just walks off.
Don't blame him.
I don't blame him either, because honestly, I don't even think the Warriors actually even need him. Like, if you're a coach in the NBA...
No, you do. You need him.
Really?
Really. Well, I don't know. I mean, you could be one of those people that's like, he's coaching Mark Jackson's team.
I just feel like last year when LeBron and the Cavs went to the finals and was worked their way through the playoffs, they didn't even need a coach. It was just LeBron. LeBron would tell everybody what to do, and then they would just do it.
That's different, though. There's no one on that Warriors team that is more intelligent than LeBron.
You mean Lakers?
Yeah, that's what I meant to say.
True.
LeBron single-handedly arguably the best basketball mind to ever play the game. Arguably.
Better than MJ?
I think he's more intelligent than MJ.
All right, we're going to have an MJ debate later on.
Yeah, we'll move that more towards basketball season.
That'll just be a whole episode in itself. We're gonna study. We're going to do some deep-ass shit research.
We'll do a top 10.
We'll even do a comparison of the Space Jam movies.
Yeah, I think that'll be good.
That'll be yeah. It'll be contentious.
But back to this preseason thing, I think this Warrior-Laker thing, I mean, it's going to be a little overrated just because, I mean, do you think they're really going to be playing as hard, you know?
No.
The Lakers are still trying to figure out their lineups and who they're going to play and who's going to play with who and the minutes, and Lonzo's just coming back, so they're going to try and incorporate in that. So, I mean, it's really not that big of a deal.
I still think the Warriors will smack them.
Yeah, and it's preseason, so it's nothing.
It doesn't even matter.
Yeah, it doesn't really matter.
But you know what? No, it does matter tomorrow. Tomorrow night.
Thursday
night football.
Hell yeah.
A big rivalry. Big rivalry here.
Huge rivalry.
Huge rivalry. We got the Giants going up against the Eagles. Now, in 170 games that they've played.
That's a lot of games.
That's a lot of games. You can fact check me on this. The Giants are leading the Eagles 85-83 with two ties. And this year, neither team just really stands out to me as a dominant team. You know what I'm saying? You have Eli, who doesn't even produce as a quarterback anymore. He just hands it off. He just passes it to other players for have them throw the long ball.
Yeah, he doesn't. I don't know why they don't throw the long ball. It's probably because he doesn't have time.
Do we think Eli is done?
I don't think he's done. I think he still has good. He still has good years.
Do you think the Giants made the right call in drafting a running back instead of a quarterback?
Yes.
I want to disagree with you. I think the Giants should have taken a quarterback. I think they should have taken a quarterback who they know will produce, such as Sam Darnold, such as Baker Mayfield. Josh Rosen? Not really.
But then again, those quarterbacks, do you think they're once-in-a-lifetime talents?
No.
I think
there'll be more.
You think they're going to be more? You think they're going to be Hall of Fame quarterbacks?
Two of them. Maybe one. No. Sam Darnold has potential.
Yeah.
Baker Mayfield, depending on how the rest of the season goes, has potential.
I think Saquon has the potential to be the best player in that draft. I think
I would say he has produced the numbers to be that.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll agree with you on that. I'll agree.
Yeah, and the thing about those quarterbacks there's going to be other quarterbacks coming up in the near drafts. So why not get as much as you can out of Eli and then draft that young guy and then have Eli teach that young guy?
Okay.
That's
Okay.
not Geno Smith. That pissed me off last year when they benched Eli.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Last year was just rough for the Giants in general. But the Eagles, they're not looking like a Super Bowl team.
Not like what they should be.
2-3,
It's not good.
and they have Carson back. It's going to be a really interesting matchup tomorrow. I think the Eagles will pull it off. I think they'll get their shit together.
I got my money on the Giants.
Now, Eagles are going through a little bit of a running back situation where Jay Ajayi out, Darren Sproles out, Wendell
Corey Clement, questionable.
questionable. It's going to be really interesting, but I think the Giants are going to pull it. Not the Giants. The Eagles are going to pull it off. That's my prediction.
I got Giants.
Alrighty. Well, you got anything else to add?
No, I don't.
This is actually going to be the last podcast we're going to do this week. We are going on fall break, so no podcast Friday, no podcast Monday, but we will be back next Wednesday, October the 17th, to talk to you guys.
To spit facts.
We're going to miss you, and we hope you miss us. All right.
Bye, guys.
Love you guys.